Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and now I'm going to be reviewing episode 9 of Hunter x Hunter, and this is like the most simple episode to review, like, ever. Like, it's going to be like a 5-minute review, if even. So, to summarize and review at the same time, essentially the episode starts out, we get a recap, Tompa's a bitch, he surrenders immediately just to fuck them over, and then we get Gon's fight, and instead of actually fighting, they're like, let's burn candles, and whoever's candle goes out first loses. One's a short candle, one's a long candle. They have this big long thing about deciding which one you should take, because the long candle's the obvious choice because it'll take longer to burn, but it could have been tampered with. But maybe that's a trick, and you pick the short one, and that's the one that's tampered with. And if you think about it like that, it just goes on forever and ever and ever. So, you know, back and forth, which one. So, essentially, he just goes with the long one. He takes it at face value like a dumbass. And apparently it's soaked in oil, but it wouldn't even have mattered because apparently the person had like 4 candles, 3 of them were fucked with. No matter what, you're going to end up with a fucked up one. So yeah, that's basically what happens. They basically try to fucking break Gon's balls with the fucking fucked up candle, but he has none of that. He says if the flame is stronger and it's melting faster, a little breeze of wind won't put it out. So he dashes towards the other person, blows out their candle, and wins. Because he's fast, you know, they don't have time to defend themselves. And Gon wins, and that takes up like half the episode, so that was extremely slow. But then we get to better stuff. We get to Kurapika versus this blue guy, who has the exact same Japanese voice actor as Frankie from One Piece. Normally I don't pick out like voice actors, normally I can't recognize them. It's usually only the really distinct ones, and that is a very distinct voice. So I did recognize that was Frankie from One Piece, so that was kind of cool. Essentially, the dude's like this fucked up dude. He's like blue and he's like all badass and shit, but really he can't fight for shit. He's gonna try and bluff his way through it. Kurapika doesn't fall for any of the bluffs, and basically the fight starts. He punches the ground. It's a pretty big, you know, it's a nice impact, you know, crater and everything. But then he fucks up because he calls himself a member of the Phantom Troop, which we already know Kurapika is not a fan of the Phantom Troop. And it's basically like an intimidation thing, like I'll pretend to be from this big organization so you won't want to fight me, but Kurapika goes fucking off the wall and just totally just destroys this guy. I mean, it's not like a big beatdown, it's basically grabs him by the face, punches him, he bounces like twice. I love when someone gets punched into the ground and they bounce. It's always funny. But yeah, and his eyes turn red, so we finally see like the red eyes thing that they have going for them. And just overall, it was a much better second half than first half. Oh yeah, and then Leorio's going to go into battle with someone who sounds like it's going to be a woman, but it might not, so we'll just have to wait and see. But essentially, that's the entire episode. Gon and Kurapika do their thing. And we cut to the examiner a couple of times while he's like eating like crackers or some shit, and he comments a little bit. Nothing that seemed too important. Overall, though, I thought it was a good episode. It was better than last week's episode, but not by a huge margin. It was still kind of slow up until this part with Kurapika and the blue dude. So, overall, I'm going to give this episode like a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, I hope... we'll see what happens. Leorio's probably going to lose because he's like a normal guy. So, I mean, you know, we'll see though. He might win. They might pull through right now. But I'm thinking it's going to be Killua, and then we'll kind of get to see Killua go one-on-one, and then we'll move on to the next part. So, overall, like I said, 7 out of 10. It was a good episode. I liked the stuff with Kurapika. The animation was all perfectly fine. So yeah, thanks for watching. Tell me what you guys thought of the episode in the comments section below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.